Hello, everybody. Hello. Hello, everyone. What's going on? Phil here live on the stream. And what a stream we've got today. A special event stream. I'm sure you guys are excited for this. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you've been waiting with bated breath and heated anticipation for over a month. We've been working towards this event. It was actually people who subscribed to my Twitch channel in the month of July who made this event happen. And then it was you, also the viewers, who nominated games for a good 2 weeks and then voted on games for a little bit over a week in order to make this special marathon event happen today. Today is Thursday, August 29th, 2019. Welcome, everyone, to the Rage-A-Thon for this year. That's right. It was 1 year ago that I also did a Rage-A-Thon, and I decided, what the hell? Let's do another one. Let's do a special event to end the summer. This officially will be the event to end the summer. I'm announcing that after today, the summer is officially over. I don't care what everyone else says. Today is the end of the summer. We're sticking a fork in it. We're ending it officially. No more summer after today. The Rage-A-Thon is the official marker of the end of summertime, if you guys didn't know. So, the Rage-A-Thon, everybody. Hope you guys are excited. Alright, I am excited for today. Because it's something completely different. It's something refreshing and new. It's something that has a lot of variety to it. So it's got a little bit of something for everyone, depending on what exactly you look for when it comes to the kind of games that I play. Alright, although, quite frankly, all of today's stuff, at least for the games that were nominated and voted, are games that are supposed to be causing me rage, okay? That was the whole gist of this event, was to nominate and vote on games that you thought would make me get angry today and either frustrate me or piss me off for various reasons, alright? And so we've got a wide variety of games that I will be playing over the course of today. First of all, today's gameplay streams, starting as soon as this pre-stream ends. And unlike a normal stream that ends around 4 p.m., this stream will be continuing on till around 7 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, all depending on how things go with said games. Each game will be played for roughly an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how it goes, and if you guys are enjoying yourselves and want to see more, or if you're bored and you just want me to move on to the next one. That's the whole point of these marathon events, is if the game is a dud, that's fine. We can then move on to something that you feel may have more interest or more excitement to the marathon, okay? Now, first of all, what are the games? The games are as follows. Barbie Horse Adventures, Farmville. Okay, no, it's not those games. The games are actually as follows. Street Fighter V, Crash Team Racing, Morrowind, World of Warcraft, World of Warcraft Classic, and Ninja Gaiden Black. Now, interestingly enough, two games on PS4, that's Street Fighter V and Crash, 2 games on Xbox One, that's Ninja Gaiden Black and Morrowind, and 1 game on PC in World of Warcraft Classic, okay? I had to buy all these games, I had to drop some money last night, so I want to say thanks to those who yesterday contributed via tips on stream. You allowed me to afford all of these games, so thank you very much for that. Yes, even World of Warcraft, I paid for the 1 month subscription. They don't give you a free trial of World of Warcraft Classic. They force you to pay for the monthly subscription in order to even touch the game, which I think is kind of ridiculous, but hey, I guess that's how Blizzard operates these days. So, like I said, the way it's going to work is roughly an hour to an hour and a half of each game. Alright, and just delve into it and see what happens. If it causes me rage, great. If not, hopefully at least you get some enjoyment out of it to the point until we decide we want to move on to another game. Alright, so it's really going to be ultimately up to you guys, the viewers. And in particular, that being said, at the very end of this pre-stream, I'm going to be asking you, the viewers, right here, what do you guys want to see first, alright? Now, the way I'm going to do it is, I'm going to go from console to console. So let's say, for example, everyone says, I want to see Ninja Gaiden Black first. Okay, so we're going to start with Ninja Gaiden Black. We'll do that for an hour and a half. Then we'll take a short break, maybe like a 10, 15-minute break. Then we'll switch over to Morrowind, which also is on the Xbox One. Okay? Then we'll take another break. And then we'll probably jump into World of Warcraft, which is going to take a lot more setup, because when I move over to the PC, I have to move my webcam, I have to move my microphone, I have to reset up the capture thing to capture the game, I have to set up the stream chat to be on the PC, so the PC setup takes extensively more time than moving from the console setup. The console setup is what I do all day, every day. Everything's already in place for that stuff. I could easily switch on the fly and get that stuff going, but it's really the PC setup for World of Warcraft that's going to take a while to get going properly here, okay? So that's how I want to do it. So let's say, for example, people say we want to see Crash first. Okay, we'll do Crash, we'll take a break, then we'll do Street Fighter V, because that's also on PlayStation 4. Then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back, and I'll do World of Warcraft. And then to end the stream, we'll do the two things on Xbox One, okay? So that's how it's going to work. You guys will determine the very first thing that you guys want to see, all right? You will pick it. We'll do it. Whatever two things are on that console, or whatever. Or really, if you really want to see World of Warcraft first, we'll do that, I guess. And then we'll go from there. Okay? So it'll be very interesting to see what exactly you guys want to see. I have no idea what desires you have, what you guys are leaning towards for the start of the event. Okay? As usual, I'll be recording all this footage for my YouTube channel, DSPGaming, as an archive, and I'm really just going to do one big video per game. I don't see any reason to break up the video. So let's say, for example, World of Warcraft is an hour and a half. I'm just going to do an hour and a half video for YouTube. So basically 6 videos today. I'm going to have the pre-stream and then 5 giant gameplay videos to upload to YouTube today for all day's event. Okay? Should work out pretty well. We'll see how this goes. Now, FYI, I may take one longer break during the stream around dinner time. Usually my dinner time's around 4 p.m. my time. So let's say between 4 and 5 p.m. I get hungry. I'll take a break and I'll probably eat something. Like, I know that Kat for dinner is going to make salad. And we also have some different kinds of ramen. And so I'll probably just have the salad for dinner. And then later on tonight, I'll just have some ramen or something, later after the streams. But I might take a longer break to try to eat at some point here. Yeah, my dinner's at 4 p.m. A lot of people don't realize that. My dinner is at 4 p.m. for 2 reasons. Number one, because I'm from the East Coast, and dinner at 4 p.m. for me is essentially dinner at 7 p.m. You see what I mean? My body is so used to eating at a certain time that when I moved here, I just kept eating at that same time. In addition, eating earlier like that allows me, when I do normal streaming days, to have a set break and then come and do my night stream. Because if I eat dinner at 7 p.m., then how late is my late stream going to be? You know what I mean? That's why I eat at that certain set time. Okay? So there you go. So that's going to be the rough schedule for the stream, where you guys are going to pick the first game, and then depending on what it's on, if it's on a console, we're going to do 2 games straight on a console, then take a break to switch over to either World of Warcraft or the other console, and then finally we'll switch over near the end to whatever the final thing is. I'm going to be taking smaller breaks between the games, but then when I have to switch over to the PC, that'll be a longer break for me to set up for that, and also at one point I'm going to take a longer break in order to eat something, probably a salad or something, okay? So, that's the deal. Now, a few things. Normally, guys, I would sit here and I would do a giant plugs segment. I'm not going to do that today. I don't feel the need to do a ginormous plug segment today. I feel that many of you who are here today for the Rage-A-Thon kind of know the deal about me and who I am or whatever. Why would you be here? So, I'll just say this. Any contributions today, cheering, subbing, and tipping is greatly appreciated. And yes, I will do my best to give you a shout out and have interaction on the stream. Some of these games is going to be a lot easier. For example, Morrowind, World of Warcraft. You're talking games that are going to be pretty easy to have, lots of interaction with you guys. Street Fighter V and Crash Team Racing, not so much. These are very action-based games where I know I'm going to have to be paying attention constantly to the game. I'm not going to have opportunity. You guys are going to be cheering and everything during the combat or the driving, and I can't react to that. I have to focus on the game. So please understand that different kinds of games leads to different kinds of interactivity, and because of some of the game selections that you guys made for today, It means that I'm going to have to be like hyper-focused on certain games. I'm not going to be able to react right away to any contributions during said games. But I am grateful for your contributions. I will do my absolute best to give you shout-outs when I can on the fly, okay? Now, I appreciate all contributions today. And to be quite honest, this is kind of like the last big hurrah push for the month of August. As you guys know, today's August 29th. There's 2 more days this month, all right? And the good news is, new releases for both of those days, because starting tomorrow, we've got horror game releases, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. But really, this is kind of the last push for the month, and a good way to end the summer for me, with a special event. What I'm hoping is that many of you will be seeking to contribute today, and help me out, and give me a good start to the fall gaming season. Because as you guys know, there's a lot of stuff that's coming up in the fall. Number one, there's a ton of games coming out that I'm going to have to somehow afford. Make no bones about it, this year's been the worst financial year of my life. Incredibly tight finances, a lot of problems that I've been having behind the scenes. My credit's pretty shitty. I don't even know what else to say, except that, you know, it's not like it used to be. It's just not. You know, I used to be able to afford everything. I can't afford partly anything anymore. So it's been you guys through your support that have allowed me to afford most of the games and things that I've played this year, just being very honest, okay? In addition to that, you know, this month coming up, bills are going to be super duper tight for me. So anything that you guys contribute during today's stream is super duper appreciated, because it's going to help me out not only to afford all the new releases coming out, but also, you know, with my bills and everything coming up, all right? In particular, I have to buy Man of Medan tonight so that I can play it tomorrow. So I certainly hope that I can afford that based on, you know, contributions today, okay? So, if you cheer, sub, or tip, I'm going to give you a shout out. On the top of the screen, there's a Stream Stats leaderboard, as you guys can see. Top cheerer and top tipper will be listed there, you know, periodically during the course of the stream. And also, there is a cheering leaderboard integrated into Twitch. All right, it's at the top of your screen as well, right above the stream chat. So, top cheerers of the day will also get recognition. FYI, the absolute best way to contribute and help me out right now is by tipping me. When you tip me, those are funds that I get right away. So, for example, tips today, I'm no exaggeration. I'm hoping to raise enough to buy Man of Medan for tomorrow. That's just real talk. Any money I raise today is buying Man of Medan. That's all, the only money I have. All right. Now, in addition, those tips can be put towards bills and the like. Like I said, I had a big bill that I need to try to pay by the end of this month. I don't know if I'm going to be able to raise enough in the next 2 days to do it. I hope I can. And then in early September, a ton of bills hit that I owe are coming due. So hopefully everything works out. You know, between the next few days, hopefully I raise a good amount and it'll allow me to afford everything. I guess we'll see what happens. All right, but tipping me is the way to go. Even though I do appreciate all of your contributions. You know, I have a Patreon that you can check out at patreon.com/darksidephil. I have a Teespring store where I sell merchandise. You know, and anyone who buys a t-shirt, that helps me out. Cheering and subbing, you know, much appreciated. But right now, tipping is the way to go if you want to help me out the most, okay? So there's 2 ways you can tip me. If you look below the stream, there's a tips jar button you can click on, and that'll bring up the tips page. Or you can type !tip into the stream chat, all right? That'll bring up the link. And if you tip me, FYI, you have the ability to be anonymous when you tip me. You don't have to give your identity. You can make up a name. You can just type anonymous, so that way you don't have to worry about, oh no, I supported a streamer, and now assholes are going to come harass me because of it. No one will know it's you. All right. All right. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to outline the schedule for the next few days so you guys know exactly what to expect after today's marathon. And then I got some positive news to talk about. I talked about it yesterday on the pre-stream, but I know that more of you are here today because of the Rage-A-Thon, so I just want to reiterate some of the stuff I talked about yesterday before we get started. Okay? So first of all, in the realm of positive news, I'm going to do a bottle crunch. Here it comes. I know that a lot of you love my bottle crunches, so there you go. We have a new emote today. For subscribers, everybody, we have a new emote. The Why Am I Toxic emote. That is correct. Why am I toxic? The long-standing meme that has been a part of shit. I couldn't tell you how many streams and things that people bring this up. And you might be saying, well, why is the Why Am I Toxic saying all of a sudden becoming an emote in your streams? It's very simple. It's called owning the meme. It's called taking something that basically malicious parties use against you in a way to try to insult you and turning it into something positive that you can use for you. And so, by making Why Am I Toxic a meme in the stream chat and allowing it to be used, it basically takes away any kind of power it ever had. All right? You know, I'll say this. The frog meme, all right, a few months ago was very confusing. People didn't understand it, didn't know why people were posting frogs in the stream chat, and people were attempting to derail stream chat with frogs. Then I said, fuck it, who cares? And I put 2 different frog emotes for into my chat for my subscribers, and people just started kind of celebrating the frog thing, and it became a part of the streams, and now there's nothing negative whatsoever about it. The frogs are welcome, everyone has fun with the frog stuff. It's silly, right? It's a silly thing. And it's the same thing here with some of these really just silly and ridiculous memes, is that if you adopt them, you take away any kind of negative power that they possibly had. So why am I toxic? Originally, for those who don't know, this originated a long time ago when I was playing Dark Souls. I think it could have been my Dark Souls Redemption run from like 3 years ago. I think that's what it was, although don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. It could have been my second run ever through Dark Souls. I don't even know. But apparently, I was in Blighttown, and if you guys remember, in Blighttown in Dark Souls 1, not only can't you see shit, because it's so fucking hazy and the graphics aren't very good, the frame rate also runs like shit, but also, you're constantly getting hit by blow darts all around you, and if you get hit by too many blow darts, you get the toxic status effect, which pretty much fucks you over because it destroys your health. And there's not many healing items at that point in the game to get rid of the toxic status effect, so a lot of the time, when you get it, you get fucked over, okay? So apparently, in one of my runs, whatever it was, I got very, very frustrated, and I yelled out, why am I toxic? Okay? And people turned that into some kind of a negative meme, not only saying, basically saying, oh, see, Phil sucks at Dark Souls and rages at it, but basically saying, oh, see, Phil said it himself, he's a toxic individual, and now we're going to use this to say he's a toxic guy, and we're going to reference this constantly, that he's toxic and toxic and toxic. Har, 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 right? Now, the thing is, I didn't even know what it meant, and people started saying it in my stream chat, and I didn't know what the hell this was, or what it meant, or whatever. And, for a while, people were actually coming in and spamming it, to the point where they were derailing stream chat. So it ended up becoming a meme that was a negative meme that we didn't like, because people were trying to have fun, and people would just come in here and start spamming, why am I toxic? Why am I toxic? And no one even knew what the hell they're talking about. I think at one point it might have been a banned phrase. I don't even know. I don't even know how it works, okay? But anyway, the thing is, over the years, these things lose their virility, they lose their power, as I said. And this year in particular, we found kind of adopting some of these weird negative memes allows us to not only take away their power, but add something else fun to the streams. So why not? Who cares? Why am I toxic? Who cares? All right? It's funny. It's something for a reference for my past. At least it's a reference to me. At least I could say this, all right? At least it's a direct reference to me and something that happened to me in one of my playthroughs. We get so much stuff in here about other streamers and their fucking negative memes that I don't even understand. At least this is a meme that, like, has something to do with me. At least it seems on topic when you use it. You know what I mean? So, there you go. I'm okay with people using it. We have an emote of it. If you sub to the channel now, you will get access to the Why Am I Toxic emote. You'll be able to start using it right away. Alright, so another incentive to subscribe to the channel, if so you would like to use said emote. And, thank God, we finally kind of made sense of the whole situation, right? Sound good? Alright. So there you go. The new emote, Why Am I Toxic, added to the stream chat as of today for subscribers. Very nice. Okay. Now, in addition to that, some reiteration of some positive news that I had yesterday. I want you guys to know about it, because there are way more people on stream today than there were yesterday. First of all, update regarding the Genesis Mini. I am getting one after all. The original person who had promised they were going to gift it to me backed out for personal reasons, I guess. And so that was out of the picture. I was very disappointed because, as you guys know, I really wanted to cover the Genesis Mini next month. It was going to be kind of a retro throwback to my past as a gamer. And also it was an ability to unbox a new console and show you exactly how it works and how to hook it up and what the graphical quality was. It was going to be a really cool experiment. Something that I haven't done in a long time, right? So, now, someone has stepped up, and again, I'm not going to say who they are because they didn't tell me that they wanted any kind of shout out or credit for it, okay? But someone stepped up and said, Phil, no, that's bullshit. We definitely want to see you cover the Genesis Mini, so I'm going to order it for you. And not only did they order it, they sent me the order confirmation, so this way I have concrete proof that they actually got it. So, yes, the Genesis Mini is definitely happening. It's happening, I believe I want to say it's September 19th is the day it comes out. Don't quote me on that. I think it's that third week of September, but I'm not 100% on the date that it is coming out. But, yeah, it should be exciting. Not only, like I said, will I be doing coverage of the games, I'm going to be doing a live unboxing that day. Whenever it shows up on stream, I'm going to unbox it, show you exactly what comes with it, hook it up live, try it out live, and we're going to be exploring all the content of that together that week, okay? So that's very nice. Thank you to the person who did gift that. Again, they weren't seeking recognition, so I'm not going to give them a shout out and get them in trouble or whatever. But thank you very much. All right, I appreciate that. And looking forward to that in September. Okay, so that's one piece of positive news. Another piece of positive news is that The Lion King and Aladdin 2D platforming classics from the early 1990s that were out for consoles such as the Super and Nintendo and the Sega Genesis or Sega Mega Drive are coming out apparently this year. They don't have a set date yet. The rumor is it's going to be October. They're going to be coming out in HD remastered editions. And yes, I am interested in playing those games. In particular, Lion King I owned on the Super NES, and I played the living shit out of it. I actually mastered the game. Like, I knew every single way to get every item, every bonus game I could get, every bug when you're Pumbaa and Timon collecting the bugs. I basically played the living shit out of it because The Lion King was my favorite animated movie of all time. Now, the game is quite challenging, Lion King, and I haven't played the game since the 1990s, so it'll be very interesting to see me replaying the game and trying to figure it out, all right? So this is I never played Aladdin, by the way. I should point this out. I never played Aladdin. So I really don't know anything about Aladdin at all, the game. But I'm interested in playing these games when they come out, this fall. That should be something to add into my streaming schedule, okay? Now, in addition to that, there's even more good news. You guys may have not heard this yet, but here on Twitch, the month of September is going to be a very eventful one because it is the return of Subtember. Maybe saying, what in the holy hell is Subtember? I've never heard of it. Subtember, all right, is an event where basically a lot of supportive things happen on Twitch. First of all, for the entire month of September, Tier 1 subscriptions are going to be half price. So normally a Tier 1 subscription to someone is $5, United States denomination. It's now going to be $2.50. However, the streamer will still receive full credit. It's not like, oh, I'm buying a subscription at a discounted rate, so now the streamer gets ripped off. No, they actually get the full credit. So for the entire month of September, you may be thinking, man, I haven't subbed in a while, or I would like to sub to someone, but it's too expensive. You get it for a discounted rate. Now, apparently, that also means gifted subs. So if someone wanted to gift a ton of subs, it's cheaper in the month of September than it ever was before. Okay? So that's exciting. Number two, over the month of September, all bits that you cheer will have a 10% bonus towards the streamer you cheer for. So, for example, let's say you do a 50-bit cheer. Well, the streamer will actually receive 55 bits, not 50. So that's cool, right? That's a really nice thing. Apparently, also, one of the big tie-ins with Subtember, if you can believe it, is Subway Sandwiches, the restaurant. Yes, Subway, $5 footlong, people marinara, Italian BMT. Yes, Mr. Subway is returning for the month of September because Subway is doing this big promotional tie-in with Twitch. I'm not kidding. Not only are there going to be Subway sandwich emotes that are going to be added to the stream chat, but apparently Subway themselves will be coming into random streams gifting subs over the course of September. So I might be on a random stream playing a game and Subway comes in and starts tossing around subscriptions and Subway sandwich emotes. Okay then. Now how exciting is that? That's very exciting, I'm sure. I'm sure you guys are super excited. Very nice. Now, anyway, the other thing I should say, because this all ties in with everything I'm mentioning about Twitch in September, I've already determined what the subscriber goal is going to be for the month of September. It's going to be the Halloween event. All right? So, in the month of September, if we hit the subscriber goal here on my channel on Twitch, the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to be doing a Halloween horror-themed event. All right? Where I'm going to be doing a marathon of horror games on Halloween. Number 2, you guys, the viewers, will be nominating and voting for the horror-themed games that I'm going to be playing on Halloween. There's going to be one exception. There's one game I'm 100% playing on Halloween no matter what. That's going to be Luigi's Mansion 3, because it actually comes out on Halloween on the Nintendo Switch. So no matter what, I'm playing Luigi's Mansion 3 as part of the Halloween horror event if it happens. But outside of that, you guys will be able to nominate and vote on other horror-themed games to be played during that Halloween event. Okay? Pretty cool. The third part of this celebration is that if we hit the monthly sub goal, you guys are going to be able to vote on the category of Halloween costume that I'm going to be wearing during the Halloween event. Okay? So, FYI, last year, some of the options that were available, I believe it was celebrity, like pop culture icon, video game character, comic book character, and then it was a classic horror character, like, you know, think Dracula or Frankenstein, stuff like that. So, yeah, all of those were candidates last year, and you guys eventually voted for, like, a pop culture character, and I ended up dressing up like Bob Ross, and it went over well. You guys really liked the Bob Ross outfit from last year. So, again, it's going to be the same kind of deal. You guys will have categories to vote on, and whatever wins, that's the kind of costume I'm going to go and get, okay? But it's all regarding how things go in September. Considering the fact it's September and subscriptions will be half price, I'm hoping we're going to hit the sub goal, and I'm hoping everything's going to be good. What's the sub goal going to be and all that? I have no idea. FYI, the truth of the matter is we're about to lose a bunch of subs because there was a lot of gifted subs at the very end of July to make this Rage-A-Thon happen, and they're all about to expire. Like, I'm not kidding. There's probably about 30 to 40 subscriptions that were gifted at the end of July that are going to expire within a day. So I know for a fact our subs are going to go way down in the next couple of days, and that's okay. But I need to basically see where we're at when we start September to make a realistic goal of subs. I don't want to say, oh, we want to hit 700 subs in the month of September, and then we start off at 450 subs. Like, what the fuck? How are we going to hit that goal, right? We got to do something realistic. So, we'll see. But anyway, all this is great news. All this is good stuff. And I wanted to share all this with you because I know a lot of you were not here yesterday, okay? All right. Now, very briefly, let's cover the schedule of what you guys can expect for the next few days to the next week. And then let's do shout-outs for those who have contributed. And then we're going to get started with the Rage-A-Thon. I'm going to ask what you guys want to see first, and we'll go from there, all right? So, schedule-wise, today it's the Rage-A-Thon all day long. I'll be playing, as I said, starting in just a few minutes here, and going until around roughly 7:30 p.m. It all depends on how things go with each game, how long we play them. And hopefully you guys will have a lot of fun today on the Rage-A-Thon, and hopefully you guys will be contributing, and it'll be a good day overall. It'll be a fun one, special event, okay? Tomorrow we go back to normal streaming schedule. My first game tomorrow is going to be Man of Medan. This is the new horror-themed release from the makers of Until Dawn from Supermassive Games. I'm excited because Until Dawn was one of my favorite horror-themed games of all time and ended up being one of the best playthroughs I've ever done. I'm hoping Man of Medan follows suit, okay? So that's going to be the first gameplay stream tomorrow. Tomorrow night, it's going to be Blair Witch. And I've made a decision, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys are ready. You ready? This is a big one. A special thing for Blair Witch. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, for the first time ever in a playthrough tomorrow night, I will have the lights dimmed in my office as I play Blair Witch, and I attempt to make it spooky. Okay? A lot of people have asked for this during survival horror playthroughs. They say, why don't you have the lights dimmed and everything off and everything to freak yourself out, alright? Well, I am. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my giant lamp tomorrow, and I'm going to basically make it kind of... I have a very little lamp at the top of my office. I'm just going to have that on so you can barely see me during the playthrough. But what I'm also going to do, alright, I'm going to have the door open, and Jasper's going to be able to come into my office if he wants. Okay? So now imagine we're playing Blair Witch, And all of a sudden, Jasper runs into the office out of nowhere and scares the shit out of all of us. It could happen. He could jump on the couch like, oh, shit. All right, so we're going to do that tomorrow for Blair Witch. That's going to be part of the playthrough, okay? So that'll be interesting tomorrow night. So all horror-themed games tomorrow. It's going to be Man of Medan on the first stream. Then it's going to be Blair Witch on the second stream. And Blair Witch will be basically kind of in the dark. And Jasper will be able to join us if he so feels like it. Okay? Pretty cool. Now, on Saturday, the main gameplay stream is going to be the attempted conclusion of Control. This is the game I've been playing for the last 2 days from Remedy Studios. Or is it Remedy Entertainment? I keep forgetting the name of their studio. I really like the game. I think the plot is amazing. I think there's a lot of cool things, supernatural elements. The lore of the game is great. The gameplay is all right. The gameplay's not the best, but it's also not terrible. It's definitely passable. And I've been having a lot of fun with this game, so I'm looking forward to more of this tomorrow, okay? And the conclusion, excuse me, not tomorrow, Saturday. The conclusion of Control coming on Saturday, all right? Now, Saturday night. You may be saying, what is Phil going to be doing Saturday night? Well, it all depends on what happens with the horror-themed games tomorrow, okay? Basically, what I want to do is play one of those horror-themed games on Saturday night. Now, is it going to be more Man of Medan or Blair Witch? I guess it depends, because I don't know how long Man of Medan is. I don't know how long Blair Witch is. So, essentially, depending on how those games go, how you guys receive them, what you like more, and depending on how long they are, will determine what Saturday night stream is going to be. All right? On Sunday, the main gameplay stream is up in the air. It may be another horror-themed game to finish off one of the games, if I can finish one of them on Sunday. Or it may be Grand Theft Auto 4. I may do more GTA 4 because we're nearing the very end of that playthrough. And, you know, I know a lot of people have been saying, gee, GTA 4, we're really enjoying it. When are you playing it again? And the answer I've been having for people is kind of like, well, you know, when we get through new releases. So maybe we'll do a little bit of that on Sunday. I'm not sure yet, okay? Then, Sunday night, more than likely is going to be a weekly Minecraft chill stream. I think it'll be a good way to end the week. But again, depending on how the horror-themed games go, if you guys are really digging the horror and you want me to keep playing them and or finish up another one that I haven't finished yet, maybe we'll do a horror-themed game on Sunday night as well. All right, so let's see how it goes depending on what happens tomorrow with the premiere of these horror-themed games. All right, fair enough? That's kind of how I want to approach it. Now, Monday is my day off for the week. I'll be back on Tuesday and Wednesday with full streaming days. I don't want to get ahead of myself with what those will be yet because we have to see how things are going with Control and the horror-themed games. All right. Thursday of this next week, I'm only doing one gameplay stream. It will be the earlier stream, so it will be a longer stream. But I can't do the late stream on Thursday for personal reasons. And then Friday of this coming week, I'm taking off because it's Kat's birthday. So I want to spend the day with my wife on her birthday. So I'm taking the day off from streaming that day. As for the rest of the streaming schedule for September, I have absolutely no idea because I don't know what Kat's work schedule is going to be yet. We won't know until further into the week. So I can't tell you what it's looking like. But what I can tell you is this, as a member of Microsoft Game Pass, because it was gifted to me, I get early access to Gears of War 5. So more than likely, on September 7th, the first day, you know, the day after Kat's birthday, I'll probably be playing Gears of War 5 on stream. And checking it out and see what it's all about. More than likely the story that day. If not the whole day being a Gears day. Maybe I'll do the story on the first stream and some multiplayer on the second stream. Or something like that. So we get full immersion into Gears 5 that day. We'll see. Okay, but I get it as part of Microsoft Game Pass. I get early access. So I'll probably be checking out Gears 5 that day. Okay. So there you go. That's the rough schedule. That's what you guys can expect coming up. Hope you guys are pleased with the variety, and I'm very excited not only obviously for today's cool Rage-A-Thon, tomorrow's horror-themed day is going to be really neat in my opinion, and you'll go from there, alright? Alright, so, now before we begin with gameplay, what I'd like to do is give shout-outs to those who have contributed, alright? Give credit where credit is due, and say thank you to those who have contributed positively to the streams. We actually start off today with Crazy Dream, who resubscribed for 13 months. Thank you, Crazy Dream, for a 13-month resubscription. That is much appreciated. Thank you for the ongoing support. Uzi Go Hard did a 50-bit cheer. Excuse me, man. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, got a nice drink of water there. Let's try this again. Uzi Gohard did a 50-bit cheer, and he says, the state of Florida is completely bugged. These hurricanes keep attacking me and hurting my livelihood. I just wanted to be here and have fun and have a good week. Yeah, apparently, I forget the name of the hurricane, but apparently there's a hurricane barreling towards Florida in the United States right now. Right now, it's only a Category 1, which is technically just, you know, the basic hurricane. But they're saying that it's looking so bad, it could become a Category 4 by the time it hits Florida. For those who don't know, that's one of, if not the most dangerous category. And it means insanely strong winds. It means that the rain could be coming at torrential levels. People are, like, really worried about Florida right now because it's looking pretty fucking bad, okay? So, number one, if you live in Florida, please be aware this is coming. Please prepare. I wish you the best. It looks like it's going to be hitting Sunday to Monday, and it's on its way right now. By the way, Puerto Rico barely got away with not getting hit by this storm. Like, it was right there coming towards Puerto Rico, and all of a sudden, last minute, it hooked and didn't hit Puerto Rico. So those people lucked out big time, thank goodness. But it looks like Florida ain't so lucky. And it may actually be way worse for Florida because it's going to increase in strength by the time it gets there. So please be safe if you live in Florida. Good luck. Please heed the warnings. Don't ignore them and take them for granted. And I wish you all the best, and I hope everything works out. I certainly am not a person who could ever live in Florida. I couldn't put up with it. I could not put up with every few years there's some kind of insane natural disaster style storm coming towards me. You know, that's nuts. And it's crazy because some people like retire to Florida. It's like, you retired to that. You were asking for it. Like, wow. I couldn't do that. And by the way, Florida was a place where I was considering moving, you know, 5 years ago when I was looking to move out of Connecticut. And Florida has some of, if not the best taxes in the country, meaning the lowest taxes possible, and very, very good situation for business owners like myself. But the weather itself just turned me off. I said, I can't do it. That was one of the main reasons I didn't even consider going there. So, okay. All right, and now Uzi Gohard also was the first tipper of the day. He tipped me $1, and he says, this stream is lit like a tit. Well, there you go. I don't even know what to say to that, honestly. So you were the first cheerer and the first tipper today. Thank you, Uzi Gohard. Now, I would put Uzi Gohard up as the top cheerer of the day, but we have another cheerer who topped him right away. This is Awful Waffle 84, who did a 100-bit cheer and said, love you, DSP. Well, thank you very much, Awful Waffle, for that nice positive sentiment, and thank you for the 100-bit cheer. The 100-bit cheer makes you the top cheerer of the day, so let's get you up on the leaderboard as the top cheerer so far today, shall we? Awful Waffle 84, is it? 84. 100 bits. Awesome. Thank you. Warm Poo resubscribed to the channel for 7 months in a row and said, Sark-fied Dill. Okay, then. It's like Bizarro World Darkside Phil. Sark-fied Dill. Continuing on, the Honest Troll cheered and said, can we get an incident and a T-pose emote as well? Let's turn these into positive memes as well. The incident emote, surprisingly enough, I wanted right away. Back when the incident freaking happened, I wanted that to happen. Okay? You know, but sadly, it didn't happen because Twitch didn't allow it. I submitted it and Twitch said, oh, that's perverse. And we know what that is. So we're not going to allow you to do that as an emote. Twitch completely cock-blocked us and wouldn't allow me to do it. So I embraced the meme right away, back then, and Twitch said, no, a big no. So what can you do, right? I mean, what can you do? It is what it is. So as for T-pose emote, that was never out of the question. It's just that people have said they've never really gotten good enough video quality for me to do it, make a good T-pose emote. Like, you know, T-posing, I'm not opposed to T-posing. I don't see the big deal about it anyway. I think it's kind of stupid. But I guess no one has ever been able to rip a good quality, you know, T-pose from my streams and turn it into an emote. So yeah, you know, if it ever happened, great. But, you know, and some of the people say, why don't you take a picture? Yeah, because I'm going to take time out for my real life to sit here with a camera and take a picture of me T-posing. I'm going to make multiple poses. I don't think so, you know. So if it ever happens, it happens. I guess someone would have to find a way to whip it up and get a good quality one because it hasn't happened yet, okay? All right, Cam Jersey did a 95-bit cheer. Thank you, Cam Jersey. He says, evening, Phil. Am I welcome to your stream tonight? Why wouldn't you be? I don't even know why you wouldn't be or why you're asking that question. Thank you for the cheer. Dolan Dark cheered. He says, can you unban everyone that ever used it before you were okay with it? Second question, can I say it without using the emote if I wasn't a sub? Well, I'm assuming you're talking about the why am I toxic, which is what we were just talking about a few minutes ago. The answer is, yes, you can say why am I toxic in the stream chat without being a sub. And no, I'm not unbanning anybody. Fuck them. Okay, then. Moving on. Baba Booey tipped me $1. And he says, hopefully for the celebratory event, you're now wearing business attire. A comfy shirt that you used to wear. For almost a 40-year-old wearing gaming t-shirts is kind of childish. Have fun with the Rage-A-Thon. That's right, because for someone who sits around playing games all day, wearing a gaming shirt is very inappropriate, as we all know. I should be wearing a full suit and tie with a full, you know, a blazer or a full suit jacket, loafers, or maybe like, you know, some kind of fancy shined up leather dress shoes. Probably like a $500 tie, maybe from the Donald Trump collection, which are made in China. Right? Yeah, all this. You're absolutely right, Baba Booey. I should be way more professional than I am. Just like the other day, someone complained. They said, why don't I shave more often? And I was like, dude, you see me on stream in a small box, you know, of my stream on this webcam that's 480p in a small box, and you're complaining that I'm not clean shaven every day. Like, who do you think you're watching? What is this? What are you talking about? People are never satisfied. That's all it is. It's like, no matter what you do to improve, and no matter what you do to kind of cater to what people want, people still will not be satisfied. So, if I added a green screen, the next thing would be, you know, you didn't do this. If I did this, then the next thing would be this. So, you know, meaningful stuff I usually listen to. Silly stuff I don't. I'm sorry, but shaving more often adds absolutely nothing to my streams, and no one will give a shit. Dressing in a suit and tie versus wearing a gaming shirt doesn't affect anything, and will not affect, you know what I mean? It's just stupid. So, thanks for the suggestion. Thanks for the $1. No. Subway was complicit and tipped me $1 and says, if I give the sub in September, is it still an organically grown sub? No. In fact, nothing that you get at Subway is organically grown whatsoever. I don't know if you're aware of this. Oh, by the way, I screwed up. I didn't mean to make Uzi Go Hard $2. I screwed that up. It's $1. Top tip is still $1, everybody. I screwed that up. Nothing at Subway is organic at all. In fact, most of it is made in a factory somewhere in Zimbabwe, and is flash frozen and then deep frozen for about 4 years. Then they finally thaw out that food 4 years later for you to eat. That's why the bread tastes like flavorless rubber. And that's why the meat is like waxy and nasty, you know. That's why it's like that. But yeah, thank you very much for the $1 tip. Subway was complicit. But no, you can't get an organically grown sub no matter what, especially if Subway's involved, because they don't even know what the word organic means. Uzi Go Hard cheered and said, he's coming for you, Phil. I don't know. Oh, it says DSP Blind, DSP Revolver, DSP Jasper. So I think Jasper's coming for me with a gun. Well, that's messed up. I hope not. By the way, I should say this. Jasper will not be on the stream yet, but later today he will be. What I'm going to do is, you know, for the first half of today when Kat's still home, he's going to be spending time with her. But later tonight, after maybe my longer break, when I come back to stream, I'll probably leave the door open. And if Jasper wants to join us for the second half of the Rage-A-Thon, he can. He'll be able to come in here and hang out. So he's not here yet, but he may be here later. Okay, pretty cool. Timbo Slice cheered. He said, I'm off to work today, so excited to be here for Rage Games. Would be great. FYI, it was announced Gears is out on the 5th now, not the 6th for Game Pass users, so maybe play it on Thursday. I could. If that's the case, I could. If it is on the 5th, then I could play maybe a little bit of it as my main gameplay stream on Thursday before I have the rest of the day to do personal stuff, and then, you know, have that Friday off to spend with Kat for her birthday. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Okay. Subway CEO Jared Fogle. We all know that this is correct. That Subway CEO is actually Jared Fogle. He runs the company from federal prison, apparently. So Subway CEO Jared Fogle to me $1.99 and said, "Hey, hello, Darkside Phil. This is a quick question. No, a quiz question. Could you tell us something about original Subway restaurant in Bridgeport, Connecticut? If you give us interesting answer, we may come by our stream and drop a sub bomb as we sponsor to September." Well, first of all, this is not official, so this is just nonsense. But I could tell you guys some trivia about the original Subway in Bridgeport, Connecticut. All right, where I came from. The original Subway was called Pete's Subs. It was on a corner shop. It was like a corner store. And essentially what they did is they had local bread that they bought from local bakeries that they brought in. They didn't bake the bread there. They brought in bread fresh every day from local bakeries. Okay? And giant loaves, by the way. These giant, amazing, tasty loaves of fresh white bread. They only had white bread back then. And everything there was cut fresh in-house. They had all the meat cutters and everything right in front of you. So whenever you ordered, they would cut fresh right in front of you, so you knew that everything was fresh. You know, including the vegetables and everything were all fresh cut on site every single day. Now, they didn't have ovens back then to toast. They didn't have toasted subs. They only had cold subs back then, okay? But, so let me put it to you this way. The bread was so good. Here's how the bread used to be. It was not you know how when you go to Subway now, the bread is flat? It's like flattened. It really is. It's like completely flattened. It's not puffy or full of air or texture. It's just flat fucking bread because it was made in a factory 7 months ago, refrigerated, and when they bake it, it doesn't even rise. It's just shitty bread, okay? Back then, the bread they used was from a local bakery, and this bread was big round loaves. You know, you ever seen a giant loaf of fresh submarine sandwich bread that's like really thick and fluffy? That's what these were. So these were so fluffy, you couldn't just cut them on the side and stick the ingredients in. What they actually did, they would take the knife and they would cut a V into the top of the bread and remove this center piece of bread, okay? And what they would do is then load this bread with this top V section cut out of the bread. Then they would put your ingredients in the bread. So whether it was meat or tuna salad or whatever you ordered, they would load into basically this ditch in this giant, crusty, fluffy, tasty bread. And it was amazing. And then what they would do, they would take that V of bread and they would throw it into the bag with the rest of the sandwich. So not only would you get this tasty sandwich, you get this nice tasty piece of like bread as well as like an appetizer. It was pretty cool. And it was funny because the place took off and became so popular and made so much money that he expanded all over Connecticut. Then he expanded all over the Northeast. Then he became a franchisee. And once he became a franchise company, they basically just degraded the living shit out of the quality of their food over and over. Essentially, they became the McDonald's of submarine sandwiches. Let's just keep degrading the quality of our food so we can keep expanding and making more money at the expense of the quality of our food because we don't give a shit because we're not known for quality. We're known for pricing, right? You go to Subway and you could buy a Subway sandwich for between $5 to $7, a foot-long Subway sandwich that was incredibly filling, while everywhere else, you know, go to a fast food place, you get, what, a burger and a soda and some fries that are incredibly unhealthy for the same price, and it's not even as filling, right? And it's certainly not as healthy as a Subway sandwich. So, essentially, that was their business model. It was sacrifice the quality that made us famous and made us popular to franchise out and become filthy rich. And that's exactly what happened. And then, you know, the original Pete's Subs was a Subway for a while, and then they actually closed down, and now I believe they're a T-Mobile store. So the original Pete's Subs doesn't even exist anymore as a Subway store. They closed down and became a fucking cell phone store, and now Subway is everywhere, and it's crappy, terrible quality food that's not even worth eating because it tastes like rubber or it's flavorless. Okay? Okay, then. That's just me being honest about it. So anyway, thank you, Subway CEO Jared Fogle. But I'm not going to put your giant name up there because that's too long. I'm just going to say Jared. Tipped me $1.99. That's the top tip of the day. So I guess we'll say $5 in total tips so far today. Thank you for that. Let's continue on here. Let's see here. Magnus Flamebeard did a 200-bit cheer. Thank you, Magnus. He says, greetings, my dude. Looking forward to today's gameplay. Me too. Good variety of stuff on the agenda today. Hoping that it's entertaining for all of you. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. That's why we do a marathon like this. Is if something turns out not so good, we can go on to the next. Thank you for the 200-bit cheer, Magnus Flamebeard. You're the top cheer of the day. Shadow King 236 has resub for 20 months. He says 20 months and still going. That's right. Thank you very much, man, for the 20 months of support. I appreciate that very much. Lord Coldfire has resubscribed for 25 months in a row and 28 months total. He says, glad I get to catch the Rage-A-Thon live for once. Have a great stream, Phil. Thank you very much, Lord Coldfire, for that very long ongoing support. Let's see here. Let's see here. Cam Jersey did a 50-bit cheer and says the following. Are you playing Morrowind tonight? FYI, the intro will take up half the stream. Yes, I have Morrowind on the Xbox One ready to go. So it is one of the games I'm playing tonight, absolutely. It was nominated and voted in. So, Philly Buckeye did a 60-bit cheer and says, forget the professional route. You should go the e-thought route and show more chest and legs to get the teen viewers. There you go. Because everyone knows the teens are into seeing a 37-year-old hairy white guy with his chest and legs exposed on stream. We all know it. That's how you bring in the viewers. Thank you for the suggestion very much there, Philly Buckeye. SC Brad has subscribed to the channel. Thank you, SC Brad, for that new sub. I appreciate that, man. Kanye Forces tipped me $1 and says, why are you being so mean to everyone? I used to think you were positive. Also, why do you always talk about fast food? I'm not being mean to anyone. I don't know what you're talking about. And I talk about fast food because people ask about it. I only talk about what people ask about. I don't just pull stuff out of my ass. There was a direct question on the stream today about Subway and lore about it, so I shared you the Subway lore. So there you go. I'm probably the only streamer on the planet who can actually tell you about this history of Subway because I grew up a block away from it. Something individual to me that I can actually do. So there you go. Okay then. Terrible Terrence tipped me $5. Said, hey Phil, I have a question. What are some ways you deal with trolls? And does it affect your off stream? I don't know how you do it on a daily basis. Well, first of all, Terrible Terrence, you are the biggest tipper of the day. Thank you very much for that contribution. And let me go ahead and get you up on the leaderboard for that $5 tip. And then I will answer you. Terrence. So I want to make sure to spell your name right. I know sometimes people spell it differently. Thank you for that. And that gets us up to $11 in total tips so far today. Now to answer your question, you know, dealing with trolls in various ways can have various levels of success. I don't want to go into massive detail about it, but in general, ignoring them works, but sometimes you can't. You know, it's one thing, okay, some people are trolling, you can ignore it to a certain extent, but if people are derailing the chat completely or completely, you know, doing something that's so defamatory about you on the internet, you have to address it. You know, perfect example of this was a few years ago. The complete morons who were saying that I had hired an escort and I didn't really have a girlfriend and all this kind of crazy shit that was completely fabricated and made up. Not even a piece, not even a nugget of truth in the story. It was just completely fabricated to make me look bad. I had to address it and deny it because there were so many people who were believing it with zero evidence because they're stupid. So I addressed it and said, no, it's not happening, and if you believe it, you're stupid. And then guess what? 2 months later, it was proven false, and everyone looked stupid, but of course no one would admit it. They just went on to the next weird conspiracy theory. It's just, that's how these people are. They're very odd, okay? So sometimes you gotta address it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you just ignore it. And that's usually what I try to do, just completely ignore this stuff. Does it ever affect me off stream? Usually not, alright? I would say there are things that happen to me that are trolling that are not stream related. And the bottom line is I don't want to tell you guys about that stuff because there's a lot of it that happens. And the more attention that I give to any of that kind of offline trolling stuff is just going to propagate more of it. You know what I mean? So just be rest assured that what you see on stream is just like maybe 1/10 of what I actually put up with the shit that these people have tried to do to me over the years. It really is a struggle sometimes to not lose it when these people try to fuck with me in real life too. But that's just life, I guess. There's not much you could do about it. And I've just learned to kind of deal with it and roll with the punches and enjoy the positives that I have in life and not focus in on the annoying negatives that may crop up every time to time. Okay? It's that simple. And, you know, yeah, you're right. You may be wondering how on earth do I deal with it on a daily basis. It's pretty rough sometimes, especially having a wife and a family. And, you know, it's not just about me. It's about the stress that it puts on all of us. You know, people who harass my family members and everything. You know, it's fucked up. But what can I say? I'm still here. I've toughed through it, and I'm not going to quit on behalf of some dickhead across the globe somewhere who thinks that they can get to me. You know, I'm just going to tough through it. So thank you, Terrible Terrence, for the $5 tip. Marbles the Rabbit has resubscribed for 5 months. It says, I remember going to Subway and feeling like I'm getting ripped off because they barely put any meat on it. Yeah, sadly, Marbles the Rabbit, it didn't used to be like that. Like I said, when I was a kid, one of my favorite subs and my mom's favorite sub at Subway was the tuna sub, okay? Tuna salad. And they would load the thing with tuna salad. Like, you would get the foot long, and it would be like I'm trying to think. I think they would put at least 3 full scoops of tuna salad on each half of your sandwich. And my mom used to get it loaded with American cheese and pickles and tomatoes and lettuce and all this stuff on this, like, super deluxe tuna salad sub. I'm not even kidding you, it would weigh a ton. You'd get it home and put it down on the table like, oh my God, that's like pounds of food for, you know, the price of a foot long. And that's why people originally were going to Subway, because you could get massive value for your dollar. And sadly, over the years, that's gone away. Now, they have these weird ratios of, oh, did someone order the foot-long Italian BMT? Well, only 2 pieces of pepperoni per half, and only 3 pieces of ham per square inch. You know, like, they have these weird ratios and shit that they use to determine what to put. My God, whatever you do, I mean this, do not get the cold cut combo. All right? If you get the cold cut combo, you may vomit right in the store. All right? When you order the cold cut combo, they don't even measure the amount of meat they put on your sandwich. The meat is already pre-packaged together between wax sheets. So the bologna, the ham, whatever it is that goes on the cold cut combo, I think it's turkey, bologna, and ham or something like that. It's pre-made in a factory and put together between wax sheets of paper. So they just take this out of the fridge. Who knows how long it's been sitting in the refrigerator like that. And they just peel the fucking paper off and slap it on your sub. Oh, that's your sub. Like, you didn't even touch the meat. This is not even being touched by a human. This meat has been sitting in your factory for how long? Like, oh my God, man. Anyway, yes, I agree with you, Marbles the Rabbit. Okay, continuing on, Philly Buckeye Cheers. I actually worked for a hoagie place in Philly, and Subway quality became so bad we actually advertised ourselves as Subway, but with great bread and fresh ingredients. Right. Fresh bread, fresh ingredients, you've already beaten Subway. I don't understand how Subway can advertise eat fresh when nothing in the store is fucking fresh. But I digress. Awful Waffle did another 100-bit cheers. Thank you for the deep lore on Subway. You're welcome, Awful Waffle. You asked for it, you get it. Super Blind Man. What's going on, man? Holy crap. He popped in to resubscribe for 51 months. Thank you, Super Blind Man, for 51 months of support. I'm almost positive you are the longest ongoing supporter here on my live streams, okay? And he says, had to pop in for a little bit of the Rage-A-Thon, hoping for an unlikely outcome where Phil has way too much fun with the game to rage about it. I guess we'll see. Some of these games, like I said, like Morrowind, Ninja Gaiden Black, I've never even played these games before. So I guess we'll see. Thank you very much, Super Blind Man, for the ongoing support, man. And good luck with all your stuff going on. Timbo Slice Charity says, our very first Chick-fil-A in my area opened today. People camped out for 14 hours last night to get 52 free meals. It's crazy how people will go crazy over companies. Heck, in my area, there's a gas station chain that people die for. Do you have a place you go crazy for and always visit to get the things they sell or offer? Well, first of all, similar to what you're saying, Timbo, in Connecticut, when I lived there, there was a Popeyes chicken that opened, and there had been no Popeyes in Connecticut, like, up to that point, at least in the area I lived. And the Popeyes had a line around the building for about 4 months. I'm not kidding. Now, listen, Popeyes chicken is good. Don't get me wrong. It's really good. But the wait was probably like an hour or more to get Popeyes chicken. Was it really worth it? And what's funny is, by the time that I had moved out of Connecticut, the hype had completely died down, and there was no lines whatsoever anywhere to get Popeye's chicken. You could drive right up and get it right away. So, what it is, it's just hype over something new. People flock to something new. When Habit Burger first moved into Washington State here, it was the same thing, where there were constant lines to get Habit Burger, and now I can just walk into Habit Burger with no wait and get anything I want. It's just the big attraction of the new hot thing. It's hype, is what it is. As for, is there a go-to place that I can go to and get the things I want right away? Like, not really. I'm a variety guy, so I don't really like getting the same thing too much. It's not like, oh man, I really like Taco Bell's gorditas, so I go there once a week to get gorditas. I'm not like that, you know. Even with fast food, I rarely eat it, and when I do eat it, I try to alternate between stuff, so that way it's, you know, it's varied, it's different, okay? Yomi, to the 50-bit cheers is, what's with disgusting yellow tomatoes they sometimes give you at Subway? Yellow tomatoes? Good lord. Yellow? I've never seen yellow. Like, I've seen red. They're supposed to be ripened red tomatoes, but they're not ripe yet. So they're almost like half green or whatever. Yeah, what it is basically they buy the cheapest tomatoes possible, the ones that aren't ripe, so they're not expensive. They buy the unripened tomatoes that are cheap, and then they chop them up and put them on your sub and act like they're fresh, when in reality they're not even ripe yet. And that's why they taste weird. So there you go. SC Brad tipped me $10 and says, love your stream. Thank you very much, SC Brad, for that $10 tip. You're the top tipper of the day. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Thank you very much. And that gets us up to $21 in tips so far today. A good start. Thank you guys for that. Again, remember, the best way to be supportive today is to tip me. I'm trying to buy Man of Medan overnight for tomorrow, and then I got to pay some bills, so please tip me if you can today, okay, guys? FGC Sexual Violator. Here we go again. Tip me $1. Can we start off with Street Fighter V to celebrate the new Street Fighter League? Could someone hook me up with a foot-long sub to our boy? Oh, my God. Hey, it's going to be up to you guys what I play first. If it's Street Fighter, it's Street Fighter. So, we'll see. Let's see what people vote for here when we ask in just a moment, okay? Let's see here. My wife's cat tipped me $2. That gets us up, so that's going to be $24 in total tips so far. And asked the following. What do you think about the future of content creation is in regards to Let's Plays, and also would you accept a Subway sponsorship? I don't know. I think that at this point, the term Let's Play is kind of almost invalid, because at one point a Let's Play was just anyone playing a game and doing kind of like an ongoing playthrough. But now I think that people do gameplay in so many different ways. Like, there's some people who don't play a game fully at all, ever. They just get a taste of a game for 2 days, then they drop it. Then there's people who commit themselves to always doing a full playthrough of a game. And then there's people who do a hybrid of that. You know, then there's people like me who I will do full playthroughs of certain kinds of games, but other games maybe I'll do chill streams, and it's kind of a hybrid difference. So I don't know what the future is going to hold. I honestly think that the interaction is better than doing it offline like I used to. I really think the interaction makes it better overall quality. You never know what's going to happen during a live stream, because someone could say a funny comment, something could happen live and everyone reacts in a certain way. You know, you don't know. There could be various things that happen, different variables that make it a better experience than just me playing a game by myself, right? I mean, back in the day when I just did stuff offline, essentially what was the biggest thing that could happen? My power went out during playing Alan Wake, right? That was about it. Now there's a crazy amount of variables that can happen. So, would I accept a Subway? His question is, would I accept a Subway sponsorship? I don't know. Honestly, it would be dependent on a lot of things. It would be dependent on what the hell does the sponsorship entail, right? Maybe Subway could win me over, okay? Maybe Subway could be like, nah, we understand that in general you don't like our food, but listen, we got a brand new sandwich. We've improved the quality. We really feel you're going to like stuff now. Let's win Phil over, and if we win Phil over, right, then maybe the Subway sponsorship. I wouldn't just accept a Subway sponsorship out of nowhere, because I think that their food sucks. I'm just being honest. I think it's terrible compared to almost every other major chain, okay, including places like Jersey Mike's, Quiznos, Blimpie, if Blimpie even exists still, which I don't even know if they do. Popeyes, Potbelly, like all these places. I would say Jimmy John's is almost the same. Like Jimmy John's really is not much better than Subway. They're almost exactly the same. But outside of that, you know, they're pretty much bottom of the barrel. They're the place you go when you're just looking to save money and you don't care about the quality of what you're eating. So, you know, it would be very hard for me to say, oh yeah, I'm going to take a Subway sponsorship and promote your product when I know your product is terrible compared to everything else I've eaten. They would need to basically convince me and say, no, Phil, listen, we got this new sandwich. It's really good. We want you to try it. And if you like it, then we'll do a sponsorship. Then I would consider it. But I would never push a product just because I'm paid for it. I've never done that in my entire life, and I never will. Just because someone pays me to promote something, I would never do it. It has to be something that I'm actually behind, okay? Okay. Continuing on, Suicide Morning tipped me $1. Says, is this a Rage-A-Thon or a Food-A-Thon? I got banned from your chat for asking you what kind of snacks you liked, and now you won't shut up about it. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I'm just answering what people are asking me, and that's how the streams always are. If you don't like that, you can go to someone else's stream. Thanks for the $1 tip. Real Talk tipped me $2 and said, hope you have a good Rage-A-Thon. Do you know if the donations to your stream are tax deductible? No, because they're not donations. As I said many times, when you tip me, that is considered a tip. Much like if you went to a bar and you tipped a bartender. If you went to a casino and you tipped the dealer. If you went to a restaurant and you tipped the waitress or waiter. That's exactly what it is when you tip me on a stream. And it's actually taxed exactly like that. And I have to pay taxes on it just like that. Okay? So it's not a donation. It's not. And if you contribute to another streamer and they say it's a donation and they tell you it's tax deductible and that they claim it as donations, they're doing their taxes wrong. Just being honest, they're doing their taxes wrong. In the United States of America, it's considered a tip. That's how it needs to be. And I wouldn't be surprised if taxes come to bite these people in the butt, you know, in the future, if that's how they're all doing it, because it's wrong. Okay? All right, continuing on, Awful Waffle cheered and said, if it was called Pete's Super Submarines, not whatever you said earlier, it came from Wikipedia, so it must be true. Right, it was called Pete's Super Submarines, or Pete's Subs for short. That's correct. That's absolutely correct. Everyone called it Pete's Subs. In fact, I think they had written on the front window, Pete's Subs. In, like, you know, writing. They would write it on the window with crayons. You're not crayons, whatever it is, the shit you draw on a window with. It said Pete's Subs. I remember. That's correct. So, actually, I am right, and I don't know why you're telling me I'm wrong, because I'm right. I can't pronounce this. Nui 3 Hype did a 95-bit share, said, I'm ruining my future sponsorship with Subway. By the way, Man of Medan is 4 hours for each campaign. There's A and B sides, showing different sides, and they've already announced a sequel. Little Hope. Well, it's not a sequel. Alright? FYI, unless they've changed this, it's not a sequel, it's an anthology. What that means is that they're already planning to release a series of horror-themed games that are all going to have the same engine, and maybe even some of the same actors, but completely different plots. Think American Horror Story. Okay? That's pretty much what they're doing with this game series. So that's cool. So 4 hours per side. That means I could do one run-through on Friday, and then maybe my second run-through on Sunday doing the other side. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think we may do that. That might actually work out very well. Okay, very nice. Thank you for that information. The Last Rambo cheered 100 bits. Says, why not do a vlog detailing Subway and you can get great income? What? Why would a vlog detailing Subway get me great income? I don't know. Ben Boxer cheered, says, maybe Phil could do a Subway sponsorship with the Backstreet Boys. All you people, can't you see how your subs are affecting our reality? Oh my god. Okay then. Philly Buckeye cheered and said Firehouse Subs is where it's at. I've heard about this Firehouse Subs. I don't think I've ever had one. I think there might have been one a long time ago when I was a kid. Like around my college years, I think I may have had one, but I can't remember. But I've never really seen like a Firehouse Subs anywhere, and I never tried them. But some people say this Firehouse Subs is really good. Okay. Kevin tipped me $1.65 as his first of many. Thank you very much to Kevin for the tip. I appreciate that. Let's update the total tips. Awful Waffle cheered and says, if Subway approached you to make a video game, what would be the genre other than a cooking simulator? If Subway approached me to make a video game, what the hell are you talking about, Awful Waffle? Why would Subway approach me to make a video game, and what would the hell would the premise of that be? It would be a competitive eating video game. Actually being able to stomach a single Subway sandwich without vomiting everywhere. That's what it would be. Let's see here. We got someone named Cheers are mandatory, which is an insult, basically. Because as I told you guys many times, contributions on my streams are not mandatory. So they can enjoy a permanent ban from my stream. Last Rambo cheered and said because the Subway vlog would be negative. So because I make a vlog that's negative, it would make me lots of notoriety. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Everyone knows Subway isn't good. The only people who don't are people who have like this crazy misconception about what else is available. First of all, you think you're getting value when you go to Subway. You're not. You're essentially paying for low-grade food, so it doesn't matter what you pay. If the value is not good, if the quality of the food is good, then there's no value. If I went to Jersey Mike's and I paid $9 for a sub, but it ended up being 45 times as good as what I got at Subway. Well, guess what? Then it was worth the $9 versus the $7.50 you would have paid at Subway. Subway doesn't even have the $5 footlong. It doesn't even exist anymore. At least in the way that they used to promote it. So, but no, I'm not going to make a whole video about this. It's ridiculous. Yomi cheered and said, worked at Subway for a day when I was 16. Got fired because I accidentally microwaved the bread knife and wrapped a glove with one of the subs? What the fuck? Microwaving a bread knife I can see, but actually putting a glove inside of a sub is a little bad. Okay, then. That's pretty bad, dude. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, looks like things have finally calmed down. What a crazy pre-stream. What I'd like to do is give a shout out to the top cheerers of the week, and then we're going to basically get started. I'm going to ask you guys what game you want to see first here. All right, but first of all, shout out to the top cheerers of the week. Thanks to those who contributed via cheering this week so far. Let's give credit to the top 10. We start off in 10th place, Philly Buckeye. 9th place, Alka the Rippa. 8th place, Variable ZYX. 7th place, Ludwig World Order Fan. 6th place, The Last Rambo. 5th place, Infinite 55. And he's actually tied with Rumpelstiltskin for 4th place. Big Belching Disgusting Burp at 3rd place. Oh, wait, that was me. Excuse me. B-Boy Cyclone in 3rd place. Nihilistic Goldfish in 2nd place. And Jadov in 1st place so far this week. Thank you very much. Awful Waffle Cheers says, if you became the CEO of Subway, would you change the name to Pete's Super Submarines to distance yourself from Jared Fogle? Quite frankly, I think the Subway name, I don't know if Subway itself was tarnished by Jared. Like, Jared was a stupid spokesperson to begin with, and I don't know how many people essentially bought Subway because of Jared. You know what I mean? Like, I think he was a weird spokesperson. I think the people who were buying Subway were buying it because they had perceived value of the $5 footlong. I don't think they were going there because Jared Fogle lost weight and told them to go to Subway to lose fucking weight. I think that's Subway and Subway's management fooling themselves into this weird marketing belief that people eat their food because they think it's healthy, when in reality it's quite the opposite. They eat it because they think it's cheap. Okay? So I don't know if Subway's name has been so tarnished because of the Jared scandal that it's really been hurt. In fact, Subway's everywhere. I don't think that that's the case at all. So, no, I don't think they need to change their name at all. The Last Rambo Cheers says, do you remember the Subway level when you played PS Move Heroes? You were shocked. No, I don't remember PS Move Heroes whatsoever. So, no. Burp Lover Cheers says, are you going to get to play games, or is this now a talking about food stream? Are you just delaying to try to get as much money as possible? Not mad, but bored. This is exactly how every stream goes. I react to people who contribute. That's the part of an interactive stream. If you'd like me to go back to being an isolated YouTuber who doesn't react to anything that goes on my streams, I could. And then you would complain that it's boring as shit and I'm not adapting with the times and everything's crap. So you basically have to put up with it. If you don't like it, sorry. This is only how I've done it for 2.5 years. It's worked. People like it. That's why I'm still here. If you don't like it, tough titties. Go eat a Subway sandwich. Timbo Slices cheered and said, wait a dang minute. I'm now in the top 10. Are you? Let's see. Timbo Slice is indeed now in the top 10. He's made himself a tie for 10th place. Very nice, Timbo. Very nice. Okay. Alrighty then. I guess that's going to be it, guys. So, here, let me now pose the question to those of you in the stream chat. What game should I play first? The options are as follows. Street Fighter V, Crash Team Racing, Morrowind, Ninja Gaiden Black, or World of Warcraft Classic? What would you guys like to see more? We've already got 4 votes for CTR, probably about 5 votes for World of Warcraft. Now here comes, wow. Wow, it's between CTR and World of Warcraft. Nothing else is even getting significant votes. It's all CTR and World of Warcraft. Look at that. Maybe it makes more sense to do World of Warcraft first, and the reason I say that is it has significant setup time, and if we get it over with, then later on today there won't be too many disruptions because it'll just be going from console to console. In addition to that, I think people are in a more interactive mood. They want to talk now, and since we know we're going to be sitting in a queue to join World of Warcraft, it'll make more sense that we could just hang out and talk now. I think, all right, it looks like everyone wants World of Warcraft. I guess that's what we're going to try to do. Don't ask me how that's going to work out. We might just be sitting in a queue to try to play all day. All right, so hold on. We got a few more contributions. Philly Buckeye cheered. 100 bits says, take that. And then Coco HD cheers says, have you queued in the World of Warcraft yet? No. No, I did not, but we're going to. It looks like we're doing that first. That's what people are saying. Looks like that's what people want. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's what we're going to do. I have to piss. So, let me go piss quickly. It'll only be like a minute. And then I have to move everything over. I'll leave the microphone on when I do this, but I have to move everything over to the PC, including the webcam, including the microphone, including getting the stream chat set up. It takes a long time. Then I have to set up the capture, and then we can actually try to join the game. So, it's going to take a bit. It's going to probably take, a significant amount of setup. I guess it makes sense to get this out of the way then. Get this over with. So that way we can move on to the console stuff. That'll be a lot easier later. Okay? Okay. All right. Let's do it, guys. Let's take about a 2-minute break for me to use the bathroom. We'll come back. We'll set up. I'll talk with you guys during the whole time when I'm setting up. Don't worry. And then we'll go from there. Okay? I'll be right back. Thanks, everyone. See you in a few minutes.